The age of Basil is here.
Let's see how long this lasts. There have been about 40 opposition leaders in Western Australia since Federation. First one, Labor's Henry Daglish, lasted 5 weeks. The guy that replaced him, William Johnson, lasted 3 weeks. Basil Zempilas is about to learn that opposition leaders have the life expectancy of a fruit fly.
It's absolutely the hardest job in politics.
The job of opposition is to oppose, as it's been said. So you're signing up for a career as the nay guy.
Nay.
Opposition leaders are more easily replaced than premiers and prime ministers, so they tend to live and die according to opinion polls and often transitory support in the party room.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now be the time to do so.
The 21 opposition leaders who served for the first 80 years of modern Western Australia had an average time in office of 3.5 years.
Yeah, which is less than one full term.
Now, some of them became premier, but most were just taken out the back.
Better the enemy battering down at your front door of the fort than the traitor within.
From the 1980s on, we entered the killing season for opposition leaders. The 16 party heads who served from the time of Brian Burke to the time of Mark McGowan averaged just 1.8 years in the job. And here's some sobering mathematics for Baz. The last 5 Conservative opposition leaders held onto the job for just 18 months.
Yeah, it's not a great track record to follow.
Here's the important thing for Basil to know. Of the 6 opposition leaders who became premier in the last 50 years, that's John Tonkin, Brian Burke, Richard Court, Jeff Gallop, Colin Barnett and Mark McGowan, only 2 served in opposition for longer than 2 years.
So history says if you're going to win,
you need to win fast.
Yeah.
And Basil can't win fast because we now have set 4-year terms. So there's no chance of the government calling a snap early election, which Baz might bag from the outside like Barnett did in 2008 when Alan Carpenter went to the polls early. So history is against him. But this guy has a habit of not giving a flying f*** about what went before him. And he knows that as long as you're in the race, you got a chance. This is the guy who called the Steve Bradbury win.
So you reckon he'll make it?
As Premier?
Yeah.
All things being equal, I don't think 2029's gettable because Labor's majority is just too big. But things in politics rarely remain equal. If the price of iron ore comes off in China because of a Trump slump, and if the lights go off in Western Australia because Labor cocks up its transition to renewable electricity, then he's in with a chance. Which means in 2029, we might get to enjoy the excruciating moment Basil Zempilas hands himself a cheque at Telethon.
Wow.
I'm Ben Harvey.